Hello again and welcome to our YouTube channel. So we just wanted to talk about what RVing is like, kind of in general, at least our experience in our RV and with our cats. We've only been on the road for this trip about less than 2 weeks now.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks.
Yeah. So we are from Virginia originally, and we've made a stop in North Carolina, Advance, North Carolina, which is kind of southwest of Winston-Salem, and now we're in Lancaster, South Carolina. Our next stop is closer to Charleston.
Yeah.
So let's talk about living in the RV. So it's a small space, it's only 24 feet. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's very small. We're making the best of it. Luckily, the weather hasn't been too terrible. Been a little cold, so we haven't been out as much as we'd like.
Windy.
But yeah, it's been windy. So we don't spend a lot of time really in the RV when the weather's nice. You know, we kind of like to explore the area, see what the small towns have to offer. Like, for instance, St. Patrick's Day just passed, so we went into one of the towns nearby, and they had like a little block party with some bands. So we went and checked that out, and that was really cool. We have had some trials. The shower situation has been a bit less than ideal. I mean, the shower is very small. It's only 24 foot.
The shower?
RV, yeah, the shower is 24 foot. No, the RV is 24 foot, so the shower is very
It's tiny.
tiny. And then, of course, water conservation. You don't want to just waste water, and the tanks fill up pretty quickly, so we take very quick showers. Or we drive half an hour to a gym and get a good workout in, and then take a shower at the gym.
Yeah, that's what we did this morning because right now we're staying in between Thousand Trails campgrounds. We like to use the Harvest Host membership or the Boondockers Welcome membership. So we're actually staying at someone's house right now, parked in their yard, which is really cool that that's an that is a service that's offered. But also when we don't have sewer, we don't have sewage to dump the tanks into, then we have to just use the holding tanks for the shower. So and then we stay here about 5 days, so that's totally doable as long as we're not taking showers. Just to rinse the cat's bowls out and use normal water, I think it's okay, but just not with the showers. So we did go to Planet Fitness this morning and get a workout in and use the showers there.
Definitely try to save water while we're doing dishes. Get a couple buckets filled up with water, rinse bucket and a wash bucket, and just kind of get the dishes clean that way, as opposed to just constantly filling up the tanks. It helps, definitely. And luckily, most of the Thousand Trails that we stay at have sewage hookups, so we can just dump our tanks when we get there, or we can always go to a dump station and pay a little bit and dump our tanks that way.
Yep. So let's talk about our routine a little bit, because we do work together in our business. My business is Erica Rice Consulting, and Dan takes care of most of the website maintenance. Sorry, there's a bus coming by. So Dan takes care of most of the website maintenance. We have 30 plus website clients, all on WordPress, and we just make sure that the software is up to date. And if we notice any bugs or a license expires, things like that, we let our clients know. And we also take care of any requests that they email us about if they want to make changes to the site. How has it been working together?
I mean, I think it's been, pretty great. You're able to divert a lot of your attention to more of the coaching, which is something you have a lot of passion for. And I'm able to do more of the website maintenance side of things, like the incoming requests. We're still working on the development side together, and luckily you're a good teacher, so you're able to teach me the things I need to know to do it in the future. And then I've also been doing some freelance learning, so learning HTML, learning CSS, things like that, to try to help us in the future with that.
Yeah. So I would say we probably work I probably work 6 hours a day. What about you?
It depends on what we have going on. If we have, a lot of requests, or we're building websites about that. Some days, if it's slower, I'll try to do more of the RV maintenance and things like that, and just do the general website maintenance, which only takes an hour or two. But I try to put in at least 2 to 4 hours, depending on what we've got going on for right now.
Yeah. And I do have Zoom calls with clients, so I always have to make sure that I have really good internet. Those calls can be anytime Monday through Thursday. I usually try to schedule them in the afternoons because just like this morning, we woke up and we're like, okay, we need showers, and Planet Fitness is 30 minutes away. And, so that pretty much took us all morning to go to the gym, work out, take showers. to come back and do lunch and all that. So my calls are usually between 1 and 4 in the afternoon, and then I'll wrap up my day and we'll get laundry done, go for a hike, go out for dinner, check out the town, things like that. What else would you say about our schedule?
I mean, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah. We wake up and have coffee together,
Yeah.
chit chat about our day, make plans. So.
Yeah, try to line everything out so that we know exactly what to do, so that I'm not bugging her while she's on a call or, something of that nature.
Yeah, it's been really cool having Dan join me in my business because, obviously I had to kind of move into the role of trainer. I had to document a lot of my processes and pass those off to him. But also I've been able to focus more on like this, just being a CEO, I guess, of my company. And rather than working on client work all the time and being like an employee, I can really focus on being like the vision of the company. And as Dan was saying, I've moved more into a coaching role. So helping my clients, whether it's on a monthly basis, bi-weekly, to make strides in their business and all of that as well has been really cool to make time to do that. I don't think I could do all that if I was taking care of all the maintenance and everything too. So that's been awesome. And we just work together well as a team in general, wouldn't you say?
Communication is key.
Yeah, we've always said that is something that we love about our relationship. I felt like communication was really easy even from the beginning.
Yeah, it didn't take long before we were having, really solid conversations, not worrying about or not getting our feelings caught up in the conversation, just taking what the other one has to say and processing it and making our own decisions on it. So.
Yeah, both of us had some rocky relationships in the past, and a lot of it came down to communication, but also it was like, I think sometimes you just get with someone who you have triggers, like you trigger each other, like just something about your personality or whatever, and we just never really had that. We just work well together. So.
We look forward to talking to y'all soon.
All right, bye.